Well. Today is Father's Day. Y'all gonna have to excuse my voice. And I'm out walking, so you're gonna hear noises and everything. But hey, listen, that don't mean I'm not gonna talk to y'all, man, on Father's Day. Let me tell you what Father's Day means to me. See, a father, when you look at the definition of a father, what exactly does that mean to you? I mean, they got it in the dictionary, right? I'm not going to look it up. You can. But I'm going to tell you what a father is to me. So, my son, today he's 15, uh, and he's doing his thing, right? But this is the thing. So, before he was born, let's go back there. Before he was born, I had already thought about his name. I said, man, my son his name is gonna be Romelo. You know, you even heard stories how his name came to be. Cause it was some conspiracy going on about that thing, man. Well, I'm gonna tell you the truth, how his name came to be. Cause he's gonna be something great as soon as he wake up. I've been asleep a long time too. But hey, listen, so I'm thinking about this guy, Romelo. You know, where did his name come from? Well, I'm going to tell you the original roots of his name. I was watching this movie one time, right? Because, that's where our programming come from, majority of it. I'm watching this movie, and I see this guy, how he changes his life. He was just like me. I hadn't even started selling drugs that good yet. But he was just like me. And he got out the game. I said, oh my God, that's the rebirth of me. So I said, my son, because he won't see this part of me when I was a drug dealer, you feel me? Which wasn't no long span. A lot of people think I sold drugs a long time. Nah, man, I was a businessman. I used to build houses. Donald Trump was my role model. That's who we used to look up to when we was builders. That's why you hear me talk about Trump and all that. It's because if you'd have read his book back then, you'd already knew his strategy. You know what I'm saying? So these are role models that you pick, especially when you're in construction or you're playing basketball or if you're a rapper or if all these little things that, that we take and we hang on to and, we idle. I mean, if you don't say that you don't, then why do you act like that? You got a bunch of bits and pieces from a whole bunch of places. Yeah, even your mama, if you seen her. But I'm saying, man, listen. So I'm thinking about this guy, how he's gonna be. Cause my thing is this: if I can change him before he get here, that means he's gonna be great. But here's the problem: Daddy ain't no good. Daddy's still a drug dealer. Daddy don't even know. So how the kid gonna find out, Dad? I had to go to prison, man. This was designed like that. Most people would have looked at it as a negative. But I said, listen, so if I'm 34 years old, when I went to prison, I'm 34. If I'm 34 years old and it took me 34 years to get to that point, how long is it going to take for me to reconstruct that thing? Because that's a big foundation. I hope you know that's a big foundation to break through. I mean, you got to do a lot of chipping. You're talking to a contractor, man. I'm a builder, so you got to figure this thing out now. So I'm thinking, like, man, is this too big for me to chew? I didn't even know about the prison thing, so my thing was, I know I got to learn a lot, okay? First thing first, I got to save him money. So my counsel, the other people that was in my circle that broke bread with me, I talked to them. I said, listen, how much it costs for a kid to go to college? They didn't know, man. Majority of them guys are drug addicts. You feel me? So my thing was, my counsel was messed up already, right? I mean, I'm talking to some people that didn't even have no idea about even a damn college. But see, the thing was this. I still was doing what the Bible said. Hey, I foreknew you in my mind and my counsel. Talking about us, like I'm talking about my son. I foreknew you in my mind and my counsel. You know what I'm saying? Like before you was in, while you was in your mother's womb, I was planning for you. You've read this before. I was doing that for my son. So my thing was this. If I just stick with the plan, right? I said, okay, now, how I'm going to do this? And I never forget it. I'm walking on the beach. Around that time, I was making a little over $5,000 a day. Easy. I mean, it was stupid. And that's what I was counting. The other stuff was like, man, it was crazy. And this was in the pocket. This ain't no daggone re-up money. You feel me? So, hey, y'all excuse me, man. The day Father's Day, y'all gonna have to excuse me, man. A father's talking. You feel me? So, I'm walking down the beach and I said, man, I was like, God, this can't be it. Like, this can't be it. I mean, is this it? I mean, I can't teach my son nothing. I really can't read that good. I mean, like the math thing, the math teacher had already done told me. Because I couldn't get it in school. You got to remember where I grew up at. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was always like, am I going to die today? You know what I'm saying? Like, daddy crazy. Like, man, am I going to be able to make it? This is a kid, man. So how am I going to think about anything in school? Right? So, see, people don't know when they looking at you in your eyes. Like, Dad, where did he come from? Like, did his mom and dad nurture him like my mom and dad nurtured me? No, people don't look at a person like that. What they do, they look at you like either you're stupid or you're smart. I'm serious. That's how it is. Even the Mexicans, even the white people, even the so-called black people, even the mixed people, that's the way they look at you. Yep, they look at you just like that, being real. Either you smart or you stupid. Because if those things wasn't... Listen to that. You don't hear me, though. Listen to what I'm saying, man. So these... My man, I'm trying to fix my head while I'm out there on this beach. See, because I'm a guy like this. When money is being made, I wasn't going to sleep. So all the Cookie Monsters, y'all going to have to excuse some of the language that I'm going to be using. Cookie Monsters mean crackheads or something like that, because, people was cooking cookies. So those Cookie Monsters, man, if they didn't go to sleep, wasn't going to go to sleep either. Not when it's money to be made. So what I did, I started conditioning myself so I could stay up like that. So most people say, oh, you just jumped right in the game when you got out there. No, stop being idiots. I first had to go and see how that stuff was going out there. I was in a place that I didn't know where I was at. So, you know what I'm saying? It took me a little minute to to meet everybody, to see who was who, the key players. You know what I'm saying? And then when I thought that I was ready to do it, then I went to the key person first, out of respect. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like this. It's only one of me. It's a lot of them guys. So if I can pair up real quick, most chances, I might be able to make it. You feel me? So you gotta remember, man, you gotta use your head. Most people don't use their head. And that's the way I was. I was trying to strategize. I was trying to network. Yeah, with the wrong people. And then, like, most people say, oh, but how did you get there? Well, you got to remember the housing market, right? When it crashed, you're looking at a guy that was, like, really serious in his skills. I mean, you talking about, I know how to negotiate to the finest, bro. Like, when a GC talked to me, because I played like I was GC. That means I came with everything. Yep. I came with the concrete guys. I came with the framers. I came with, the only thing that I did not mess with was that electrical and that plumbing. Nope. I had some guys that was trying to do it. No, it's too much. I can deal with all the other stuff. I can deal with the drywall. I can even deal with the tile. I could deal with the painting. I did all the other stuff. I had a guy, one of my best friends. I don't know if he dead or not. You know what I'm saying? Like Lou. He was a Mexican. That guy, you know, them guys was doing it. They were putting roofs on, man. You know what I'm saying? So I made a lot of money in a short time because I knew how to negotiate. I knew how to talk to people. I knew how to get on the jobs. Imagine you got a guy like myself that understands construction to the finest. I'm talking about to the T. Because if I go in, look, man, I'm not trying to just go do the job. I want to learn it so good that I can get my boss away from it. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. If you already know how to do the job, what the boss gonna do? Hey man, go out there and do that. And he gone. That's been like that for me like 7 years now. But anyway, the thing was, man, so I'm dedicated to the job and the work and you know, I work hard out there. I had a team that was off the chain. And when I never forget how I hired those guys. See, I had this little technique where I go see me a job, right? Now y'all check this blueprint out. This is fire, boy. So I find me a job. And I go in and I befriend the GC, right? Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I befriended, right? Cause he ain't trying to give me no jobs. He don't know me. So first thing I'm gonna do, hey bro, hey, like if I catch him or whatever, like, cause we used to go down to the city hall and I catch him down there like, hey, what's up, man? Hey, listen, check this out. I know you don't know me or whatever. I sent over some paperwork and stuff. But look, check this out. Let my people come in there and let us do the punch out for you. At least let us do that. I'm speaking his language. Most people don't know what punch out is. So if you got a framer, right, and he blowing these houses out, well, he's blowing them out. So he's gonna miss stuff. So you're gonna want another crew. You ain't gonna want to hold up your manpower. So you're gonna want another crew to come in and get all the little stuff, right? So I was like, hey, look, bro, like we won't even do it on an hourly. We'll just do it on pieces. So he pieced it out to me. So now, okay, so I got my foot in the door. And I did that like 7 times. Y'all don't hear me, man. Yeah, I did it 7 times. So now I got my guys working. So then once they seen that we was doing that, and my guys, at first they were like, hey bro, like, this ain't what we doing, man. I said, look, bro, just chill. We're gonna get our foot in the door. It only took a month, and then they turned loose the houses on us. Because I said, listen, hey bro, like, my guys gonna be sitting down a couple days. Hey man, if you want us, check us out on some of them houses over there. He like, tighten up. What'd he say that for? Man, we destroyed that man houses. We framed them houses up so fast. And you gotta remember, we do punch out. So we didn't miss nothing. See what I'm saying? So listen, man, so we had it on lock. So I was the guy that would go in and I would help them set up. Then I get out. So now I'm the guy that go pick up money. So I was stretched out from Jacksonville all the way to Miami, stretched out. I was in Davenport. I was everywhere, man. I was Orlando, Daytona, Jacksonville. We was everywhere. Tallahassee. We did apartments. We did houses. It didn't matter. Then I got into block. Yeah. Then then we started building a whole thing. I had some Jamaican guys, my best friends. Yeah, man. The McLeods. I never forget them guys, man. Them guys did all my footers and stuff. When I brought them in, me and them guys almost got in a fight, man. At first. Yeah, because he was like, he couldn't understand how I was doing that all by myself. Because he was like, dude, like, where your partner? Like, bro, like, I don't got no daggone partner. He was like, but then, who is all them guys? Like, that's me. He was like, whoa. Well, anyway, them guys, yeah, we almost got in the fight off of some other stuff, a skill saw and stuff. But yeah, that's another story, man. Man. But yeah, so as far as business, I thought I was doing good, but I wasn't. You know what? You know why I said wasn't? Because I wasn't paying my taxes. And IRS, they came at me. Yeah. While I was in prison, they said they needed 25 bands. Man, thank God I did 9, so I only had 1 year that they could get at me when I got out. And man, listen, that's another story. But I got it off my credit and everything. Yeah, man. And then that's when I started building my credit and stuff. Because I understood while I was in prison, that's where my building came from. Man, listen, my roots are so deep in books and books. Hey, can I say it again? And books and books. Would it be appropriate if I said it like 500 more times? So the thing is, man, when you looking at me, don't look at my what they call it, a skin suit, because that's not me. The skin suit I'm wearing is not me. Man, the knowledge that you're able to acquire purposely, not because somebody told you. Purpose driven. Like, you're doing it because you're needing it, right? It's almost like when I went on my journey with this thing, because I was like, if I go on a journey quickly, right, I can eat up a lot of stuff in years, right? If I eat up a lot of this stuff in years, now when I get to the finish line, well, not finish line, halfway or whatever, 2/3 or whatever, and I turn back and I learn a whole bunch of stuff, man, I'm finna sell all this. I'm selling it all. Because the information that I acquired was wholesome. That's first thing. It was pure, right? It wasn't no trash off the street that you see every day. I had to get in rooms, man. I had to pay money. Thousands of dollars I had to pay. Mentors. I have an attorney right now that's a mentor. Yeah. Come on, man. You're grown now. If you're going to be in the business, right, and you don't have an attorney on your team or 2 or 3, God, hey, listen, man, because listen, and remember, all attorneys aren't the same. So they're all doing different jobs. I mean, they all can read, but come on, man, y'all ready to tighten up, dads. This is about us, man, because if we ain't doing this, planning for our kids, man, bro, you don't have to go to prison. You don't have to do it. I had to do it. I had to. Because the information was so strong on me that, I mean, if I couldn't break it if I would have been out here. I wouldn't have been able to. I wouldn't have been able to. So, focusing, being able to focus and penetrating on one little thing until you got it gone. And this is the key, right? The key to all of this. When you get it out, and this is where people mess up. When you get that stuff gone and you think it's gone, right? You done clean up the house, right? You clean, you're good. You like, yeah, I got it. I ain't no gang, no hustler no more. I don't sell dope no more. I don't do this. I don't pimp no more. I don't do whatever it is. Bro, if you don't replace it with something that's wholesome, that's good, that's pure, that's righteous, bro, you just wasted your time. And now, when it come back, right? When it come back, it's so strong that it may kill you. You know what I'm saying? This time it may kill you. Because you know how you saying it. When you up there, you like, man, I can't do this again. This thing might kill me the next time. Now you're right there. Bro, it's that real. Because you can't, a lot of people say, oh, I just lied to them. No, you're lying to yourself too. What in the world is wrong with you? Who told you that was cool? That joke, hey, it's like so many people still playing like they kids. They never grew up. And then, like, I ain't mad. I'm not too mad about a lot of, the people that look like me, especially around my age, because, we had our own pandemic. A lot of people like, what are you talking about? It wasn't no pandemic back there. Man, come on. The drug scene was man, I've never seen women. I'm talking about and men just hey. It's like this, man. The role models back then were useless for the black people. They was useless. And then they gave us rappers. Oh my God, a nail in the coffin. A lot of people say, oh, Tupac ran this and he did this for us and all that. Man, listen. I ain't gonna say I'm glad that the guy did or whatever, but somebody needed to shut the guy up. And a lot of people gonna probably get mad. But if you raise a kid off of that, what do you expect from that damn kid? What do you expect? Biggie, Too Short. Now you think that's gonna work in the real world? Like the 1%? Come on, man. I'm not a rapper. And then right now, look at her, man. You really can't sell that stuff because AI taking over. So what is that guy gonna do now? Because I'm spreading the word yo, I know you ain't still listening to that mess, and then I let them listen to my songs. I'm like, I encourage my own self. I can put my own lyrics. I write my own stuff. Put my own beats, all that stuff in 2 minutes. Ask my little partner. Y'all gonna be seeing these guys gonna be coming up on the channel, man. Like, we out here doing it, man. I talked to a family yesterday, man, and, we're gonna step our game up, man. Right now, it's just, we just starting. And like a couple years ago when I did that first video where I was like, hey man, I need some help. You know what I'm saying? If anybody out there, I was calling out because I could see it back then. But now I'm more mature in it. I understand that I'm not gonna be able to see a lot of guys that look like me doing this. Because a lot of guys, they think it's too hard. It's not. All we do is do it one day at a time. It's almost like I remember when I started my ABCs, right? I bet you don't remember your ABCs, right? When you started. Cause you probably one of those kids that super smart. You only had to Your parents only had to show you like one time, or like how to count, right? It only took you one time. What about when you learn how to drive? It only took you one time. Oh, what about when you learn how to walk? Did it take you one time? See, this is what I'm saying, man. So you talking to a dad that understands logic. He understands that this is the way this stuff works. Thank God for prison. Thank God for the reevaluation. Thank God that I didn't just go in there and go to sleep like a lot of guys do. I had a guy ask me, he said, well, did you go to college? No. But I can tell you this. I did get my GED while I was in the county right before I went to prison. And it was kind of crazy, man, because I got in there in September, and by February 24th, that, like, most people like, what is that? That's my birthday. My teacher put it in my hands on my birthday. I was like, dude, like, this is God showing me that I can do anything that I want to do, and then He'll give me a double portion on my birthday. Like, I was like, man, 35 years old, because that's what I did. I turned 35 years old, and I had my GED. I said, man, this is awesome. So now my plan is working. See, a part of my plan was, before I got into class, well, the second day that I got into jail, I said, well, I'm going to probably go to prison this time. This is like, hey, man, they got my, a lot of stuff and whatever. So I was like, yo, I gave myself 2 days, man, to like really, really think. So on the second day, I told myself, I said, hey, listen, if we go to prison, when we go, we're going to be the smartest guys up there. Okay, so now, most people say, well, did you stop fighting once you said that? No. As a matter of fact, I got majority of that stuff suppressed, right? Because I wrote my own suppression motion and all that stuff. Man, I got 13 people out while I was in there, so, and I had a job. You can ask the guy that was my boss when I worked in the state park. You know what I'm saying? He's still hanging around, I expected more from that guy, because I did, try to help him, and, it's sad. But, hey, back on the dads, right? Hey, man, listen, so I understood that I needed to learn a lot. My thing was, it hurts. Anytime that change come, it's gonna hurt. Why? Because you got to go against the grain. One guy told me one time, he was like, well, if it start hurting, can I stop? I'm like, well, then you ain't changing. You can't change unless you go all the way through the process. Now that word means something to you. Most people think that they can just,